What's going on, everybody? Bulldog Gaming here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the second trucking vlog. Well, first thing I want to cover in our safety talk is curves. No matter what is posted on that curve, if it says 30 miles an hour, if it says 50 miles an hour, it is recommended for personal passenger vehicles in dry conditions. Here in a big truck, I'm on the Cherokee Turnpike, US 412 westbound. It has a 35 mile an hour curve getting up onto here. So I want to talk about how to do that curve. Excuse me. One of the first thing you want to do is you want to slow down for it. Downshift if you're in a manual. Apply light braking if you're driving an automatic. So you want to slow down. You want to go 5 miles under that posted speed limit, whether you're empty or loaded. This is just a suggestion. Do it how you want to, but this is how I do it. I slow down 5-10 below that posted speed limit, especially in heavy rain, because that is where you're going to gain a lot of your issues, a lot of your rollover issues. A lot of uncertainty going around curves. Curves are not your friend, loaded or empty. Raining, dry weather. As you can see here, we have dry weather where I'm at. But last night when I came through here, it was just downpouring like a soggy dog shaking off the wet. So I kept my speed to a minimum. I did not use my cruise, which is another safety video that I'll do later on. But I slowed way down. For a 30 mile an hour curve, I slowed down to dang near 15 miles an hour to go around that curve. I was running empty. I did not want to cause a slide. I wanted to make sure that I'm going to go home to my family when I go home on home time. Another thing is I want to make sure that I keep my equipment in tip-top shape. I don't need a record of having accidents that were preventable accidents. I don't want that. I want to have a good, clean driving record. That way, if I ever choose to come back off the road later on and I want to go into safety, they know that I'm a safe driver. They know that I'm going to keep myself safe, and when I talk to a driver about driving safe, they're going to be able to hopefully practice driving safe. Two other things that you want to worry about in curves is as you're rolling up on it, you'll be able to see the pitch of the road. You can't. Cameras don't do justice. You can see the pitch of the road. If it leans hard left, hard right, whatever direction you're going, slow down for it, because it in the end, it's not gonna end well. So another thing you want to look at is, okay, I got 55 back there, 65 right here. What the hey? Squirrel. Alright, so another big area to be concerned when you're in curves is like what I'm coming up on here right now, is construction zones. Plenty of time, keep it slow, make sure you're doing it safe, because there's not a lot of room in some of these construction zones. You could hit that, slide into the Jersey barrier, which is these big concrete eye-shaped things that they have in construction zones to keep the workers safe. You can slide into that equipment right there for the aero board. Just be mindful of speed, weather conditions, and making sure you're keeping yourself safe, giving yourself plenty of room, plenty of time. Now, two things you want to do, you always want to do, is always look ahead while you're going into these curves. Because sometimes things happen a split second and you need to be able to get on that brake and slow down to avoid whatever's going on. Some curves like this is a long sweeping curve, so I can see a little bit farther out in front of where my travel lane is and see if there's equipment coming off of the shoulder or off of the work zone coming out into my lane. I can slow down. Workers walking along where those cones are, which coming from Public Works, we call those channelizers. Those channel traffic where you want it to go. So if somebody's walking along that, I can see if they're too far over into my lane while I'm going through this long sweeping curve. Yes, there's hills, so I'm looking 2 to 3 seconds ahead as I get to looking towards the top of that crest of that hill. Over here on the right hand side, I got a broke down motorist. You know, things you want to watch out for. Ooh, blue tire. Bad day at the office for that four-wheeler. just be mindful when you're going through the curves. You know, I looked ahead, I seen it sitting there, didn't realize how far off the road it was. It was far enough off the road that I was safe to go by the vehicle. Feel sorry for that guy, but stuff happens out here on the road. Alright, on to topic number 2 of this video is weather and speed. Everybody knows I'm a weather geek. I love paying attention to what's going on in the weather. I love being able to storm spot, going out, looking at the storm, seeing what the storm is doing, and keeping people safe, because that's what I did for the fire department. I did storm spotting. So let's talk about weather and safe driving. Again, like I said, slow down on your curves and wet pavement. Any kind of foul weather. But also, as a rule, general rule of thumb, I do this. I've instilled this into my kids. Which does it? If it's raining, a little bit heavier than a mist, do not use your cruise control. Cruise control limits your traction, limits your control on your traction, because it's trying to maintain whatever speed you're going, and it'll maintain, it will keep that tire spinning at that speed. Okay, you could hydroplane, you could skid, you know, there's numerous things that you can do that happen when you got your cruise control on. Dry pavement, sure, use your cruise control, but be very leery, very aware of your surroundings. Always pay attention to what kind of weather you're coming into. It could be dry here, wet ahead. And another thing, when you're coming
2 miles ahead, take Cherokee Turnpike West.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Enjoy the update. If you're coming out of a rain slick area, it's been raining, and you get onto dry pavement, don't just go tap, I'm on cruise control. Don't do that. Give your tires a chance to dry off. Give your vehicle a chance to where if you get a little bit farther down the road, you can still hydroplane on dry pavement with wet tires with cruise control. And I've seen it happen. I've actually worked an accident like that happened. Lady told me, well, I thought I was good to go. I sped up, hit the cruise
1 mile
control.
ahead.
Whoop.
Take Cherokee
Way I went on a
Turnpike
ride
West.
that I didn't want to be on. Well, you know, give yourself time. In an 18-wheeler, a minute, non-wanted situation can happen in a split of a second. All it takes is just one variable being off, and you could ruin your day and somebody else's day really quick.
Point 3 miles ahead. Take Cherokee Turnpike West.
We're speeding just a little bit, so we're
Now,
not
take
being
Cherokee
hindered.
Turnpike West.
But just a split second of being out of control can be a very fatal mistake out here on the road. So be mindful when you're driving. Be weather aware. Always know what's going on in front of you, beside you, and around you. Now you're like, well, doesn't that all mean the same thing? Yeah, it means all the same thing, but it doesn't mean all the same thing. Always know what's going on in front of you. 6 to 7 seconds in front of your commercial vehicle, you should know what's going on. Beside you, left, right. I passed that box truck. He's on my right-hand side. On my left is a ditch. But also what's around me is I have an overcast sky. I have potential for adverse weather. So that's what I mean. Pay attention to what's around you. Know what's going on at all times. Hello, Highway Patrol. Alright, I'm well enough in front of him. I can utilize my turn signal and get back over into my travel lane and go on down the road and mind my business. But always be aware of your surroundings, weather-wise, and just what's around you. Can there be an issue with what's going on around you? Can something happen that's going to make you unsafe? Parked, driving, walking, standing. Something could happen. Okay? Something's always bound to happen. I always keep my head on a swivel. Every time I turn around, I'm looking around. I look at my mirrors. Every 6 to 8 seconds, I look at my mirrors. I sweep. I look ahead. I check all of my mirrors. I gotta adjust my right front mirror. But I'm always looking around. I'm always paying attention to what's going on. Now, 2 things. When you're looking around, don't just, left, right, up, down, in front, and back. No. Take a second. Take a long second to sweep your head left and right. Especially in weather. Always know what's going on inside, outside, in front, beside. Slow down. Have control of your commercial vehicle. So, I'm going to conclude this portion of the safety brief, episode 2 of my truck vlog. Be safe, y'all out there. Safe travels, and be mindful, be respectful, and always know